So, Abe, today is Wednesday, the 30th of November, 2016. Last week we went to our family friend's house we haven't seen in a million years, and it was just super fun. And then they drove me to the airport, and that was when things went downhill. So my flight was for about 7:30 at night. I got to the airport at 4:30. It's super duper foggy. Like, you know that bit in Coraline where they've left the part of the other world that the other mother has imagined and everything is just this paper white? That's what it looked like out. First, the flight to Newkip was cancelled, and then the flight to Southampton was cancelled, and then the flight to Belfast was cancelled. None of this should have been a surprise to anyone, but apparently it was, because they were not prepared to have 3 flights of people suddenly with nowhere to go. It comes to about 8 o'clock at night, and they're like, yeah, okay, the flight is cancelled. Oh, it's fine. You're gonna give me free food and free hotels? That's awesome. Because what I had been picturing is that they were just gonna call up a couple of Holiday Inns or whatever and be like, hey, can you put up 5 people? But apparently, this airline has some bullshit rule that says you have to house everybody in the same place. If this would have made total sense to me if they had just been putting Belfast people together, Newkip people together, but instead, what they did was they kept all 3 flights in the same hotel, and because there were a fuck ton of us, and because there was an important football game going on that day, there were no hotels in Manchester at all. And it took them a really long time to find this out. The flight that was going to be our plane to Belfast had been cancelled since 6 p.m. It is now 8 p.m. None of this should be surprising. It looks like paper out of the window. And they say, just sit here and wait and we'll get you a hotel room. Probably 9:30. I'm like, that's kind of late. But 9:30. We'll deal with it. And then 9:30 comes. And 9:30 goes. And people are getting antsy. These customer service people, they're doing the best they can. They're not in charge of any of this decision making. They're just trying to accommodate us. So I don't want to be one of the people who are arguing with them, because there are a lot of people who are like, well, you said there's a room, and I don't want to wait in line, and I have grandchildren. And I'm like, yes, lady, we all have families. We want to see. All of us have reasons to go home. You're not special. And 10:30 comes and 10:30 goes, and now I am reaching the end of my patience. And I start pacing because I had been sitting since 4:30 in this goddamn airport where there are 2 restaurants and 2 small stores, and you can only use the Wi-Fi for 60 minutes. So it's 11 o'clock. They come and they say, yes, we finally have a hotel for you. It's in Blackpool. If you're not familiar with UK geography, you may still have noticed that Blackpool is not in Manchester. Blackpool is, in fact, a whole fucking hour away. Keep in mind, my flight from Manchester to Belfast was only an hour long. So we got to the hotel, and the hotel is actually kind of cool, because it's in a castle. I got my room key, and I got my little sandwich. They gave us sandwiches. I went and found my little room. It was quite a cute little room. It was a little shabby. It had seen better days. Some of the wallpaper was peeling. No, it was mine. It was quiet. It was dark. And I could just go the fuck to sleep. There's one major problem with the hotel, which is that there's Wi-Fi in the lobby, but there's not Wi-Fi in the rooms. Keep in mind, I couldn't use the Wi-Fi at the airport because there were only 60 minutes of it. And I used those up hours ago because I thought I would be gone at 7:30. So, I haven't been able to contact my parents. They don't know why I have it. It's midnight. I was supposed to be in Belfast at 8:30. They gave us a courtesy call. I called my mother and left her a message, but I hadn't really communicated, if you know what I mean. So I text everybody and I tell them, hi, yes, I'm alive. I'm in Blackpool for some reason. I don't have Wi-Fi in my room. I'm going to sleep. And I go to sleep. That's all of the story you're going to hear for the moment, Abe, but there is definitely more to come. More pain and suffering for the Zoe. I will see you on Saturday. Goodbye.